You guys ever had Pepsi Nitro? It's kind of crazy how they're able to pull this off. It's got like nitrogen in it or something. I'm not really sure how they make it, but it tastes really good. The vanilla flavor is also vastly superior to its regular counterpart. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another installment of Home Media Reviews. This review is on The Lion King, the original from 1994. Not the remake from 2019. Don't you hate how we have to specify which version of the movie that we're talking about now? Same thing with Aladdin last week. You have to specify, no, I'm talking about the original one, the good one. But 2019's The Lion King still grossed an obscene amount of money because people are stupid and like to watch the same thing over and over again. They don't like originality. They like what's familiar. But I'm not bitter at all, as you can probably tell. Let's stop talking about how not bitter I am that 2019's The Lion King made so much money. Let's move right along to the history section of The Good Lion King. Alright, so The Lion King hit theaters on June 15th, 1994. I did not see it in theaters. Again, I wasn't born, so I didn't get a chance to see it. I don't know if I saw it in theaters in 2002 when it was reformatted for IMAX. I think it was re-released in theaters for that. I know Aladdin was planned to have an IMAX release, but that got canceled. The article on Wikipedia that I read about The Lion King said it got an IMAX transfer, so I assume it was released in IMAX. I saw this primarily at home. I had the DVD version, which we'll talk about later on here, but I watched the heck out of that. I also had The Lion King 1.5, where it tells the story from Timon and Pumbaa's point of view. I think I saw that way more than I saw the original movie, to be honest. Lion King was then released on VHS and Laserdisc on March 3rd, 1995. Laserdisc, again, a format we don't get to talk about much on this show because a lot of our movies that we cover here are modern and either just got a VHS or sometimes not even that. Sometimes they just came out a few years ago, didn't even get a VHS release. That VHS copy, by the way, sold like hotcakes. That thing, so many households bought that thing, and it's now worth nothing on the secondary market. And I think it was retired or put back into the Disney vault in 97, I think it was, 97, 98, around that time period. It wouldn't be until October 7th, 2003 that you could pick up a new version of The Lion King on VHS, but you could also get a DVD version. This was the DVD that I had. I think every household in America had this DVD. This DVD was awesome. It had a second disc. It had extra bonus content on it, just like Aladdin did. It was also in the Platinum Edition lineup of movies. Interestingly, this DVD included two versions of The Lion King. It included the IMAX restoration from 2002, and it also included a edited IMAX version, which they said was the 1994 cut. And if I'm not mistaken, I think the 2002 IMAX cut is the version where they put that stupid Morning Report song into the movie. They added a pointless song that added nothing to the plot, which was later cut out on subsequent Blu-rays later on in the Lion King's lifespan. And it's the version that you can watch on Disney Plus right now. There was also a collector's edition of this DVD that included a oversized slipcover to put your discs in, and also some lithographs. Then a year later, on December 7th, 2004, we got a Lion King 3-movie DVD collection. On October 4th, 2011, this is a big day for the Lion King because it hit Blu-ray for the very first time. And whoo boy, there's a lot of stuff to go over here, so just bear with me as I go through this list. We had a Blu-ray / DVD combo pack. And this was that weird period in Disney's home video history where they put out two different versions of this. There's a version that was in a Blu-ray case and a version that was in a DVD case. They did this with Cars and Cars 2 as well. I don't know why this exists. Is the version that's in the DVD case supposed to replace a standard DVD, but you're still buying the same thing? It's just The DVD is more upfront in the package. I don't get why this exists. It really doesn't make much sense to me. Just creates another version for collectors to go out there and own. Not only was this released on standard Blu-ray, there was also a Blu-ray 3D release. And this had two different versions. You had your standard Diamond Edition Blu-ray that had a pretty awesome slipcover on it. It had like a silver banner that went around it. It's really nice looking. The other version had a red banner that went around its artwork. It had a lenticular slipcover and a digital copy of the soundtrack. In my opinion, the red case is the one to go with. That digital copy of that soundtrack, pretty sweet. Now we get into some exclusives. There's a Best Buy exclusive version, not a steelbook, a lunchbox. You remember last week when they had a lenticular slipcover with Aladdin? Yeah, now they get a lunchbox. Best Buy, I don't think, found its footing yet with these exclusives. These are weird. This, again, seems like a Walmart thing. But speaking of Walmart, they had an exclusive version. This included a 15-month calendar. Okay. It's hard for me to get excited about that. I don't care about a calendar. The other huge set that came out on October 4th, 2011 was this huge collector's box, which included all 3 Lion King films on, bear with me here, Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray, and DVD. It was a huge 8 or 9 disc set that came in this really awesome package. It looks really nice in photos. I don't own it myself, but I think it'd be pretty cool to. If I ever find it for a cheap price, I might actually pick it up. We wouldn't see Lion King on physical media again until 2017, August 29th, 2017, when the signature Blu-ray / DVD hit store shelves. This is the version that has that stupid morning report song cut out of it. It's completely gone. This is the definitive version to see The Lion King. This Blu-ray looks amazing. And I'm not just saying that because this is the only version I own, so I'm biased. But again, we have the Signature Collection. Okay. Another stupid marketing scheme. There's a Best Buy exclusive steelbook that has pretty beautiful artwork on it. I kind of wish I would have got this version over the standard release, if I'm going to be honest. No Walmart exclusive to speak of, but Target had one. It had some new artwork to it and included a 32-page storybook. This one's really more for kids, but it's pretty cool that you get a whole other book and new artwork. But this version was supplanted later on in 2018 when the Lion King hit 4K on December 4th, 2018. Part of me wonders why they even put out this signature Blu-ray if they were just planning on doing a 4K a little over a year later. Who knows, maybe they had no idea that they were doing a 4K. Once again, Best Buy comes back into the fray with another exclusive steelbook. This artwork is not better than the Blu-ray one. This one kind of stinks. It's just Scar and Simba on the front. It just, I don't know, man. This one just, it didn't speak to me. Target comes back into the fray with another exclusive. This one had some different, per se, poster art and included collector cards. Not a storybook, not a gallery book, collector cards. That's really dumb. I hate that. These dates and these Blu-ray releases should sound familiar to you if you watched Aladdin last week. There was a 2-movie Blu-ray collection that hit store shelves on March 2nd, 2021. This included The Lion King, animated, and The Lion King, live action. So you can get the movie either animated or live action in one little set that includes both a Blu-ray and a DVD and a digital copy. But hold on, if you don't like Blu-ray for some reason and you just want these on DVD, well, look no further than May 11th, 2021, because that's when the 2-movie collection was put out on just DVD. So all you weird people out there that haven't yet bought into the Blu-ray phenomenon, you can just get your standard DVDs. I don't know why you wouldn't just get the Blu-ray combo pack. That's the better value. You get a digital version too. You can just not watch your Blu-rays. Why do you need a standard DVD set? And that's the most recent release of the Lion King on physical media. Disney, for the most part, has abandoned putting their legacy content onto physical media and has instead chosen to put it all on their streaming service and market it that way. You guys know me, I prefer the physical copies, but I think it's cool that a lot of these older classics are on a streaming service that you can access, but streaming services don't last forever. Look at CNN Plus, that thing died after a month. Enough about failed streaming services and The Lion King. Let's move right along to the close-up of The Lion King, because we're not done talking about The Lion King. This is a video about The Lion King. Have I said Lion King too much? I think I have. Alright everyone, here's your close-up look at The Lion King. We have a standard Blu-ray copy here to look at, so let's jump in. Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital up there at the top, Blu-ray disc logo, little sticker telling you about how this is a special version of The Lion King. You can own a piece of it. A limited edition film frame is included in this Blu-ray, which I think is pretty cool. And plus it's got 2 ways to experience the movie. I'm pretty sure one of those is a sing-along. We've got a beautiful poster out here with Simba up there and Timon, Pumbaa, and Rafiki on the cliffside with the title The Lion King. This poster's amazing. I absolutely love it, and the slipcover is also embossed, so I can just rub Simba's nose there, and he probably can't even feel it because he's not real. The signature collection, we saw this last week with Aladdin. This is another one of those stupid marketing gimmicks. And then down there we have the Circle of Life edition with a really nice silver backdrop. This is just a really nice poster for this release. Disney Blu-ray logo, Lion King, Simba taken directly from the front, product number below that. The back, a breakdown of how to watch your movie digitally and where you can watch it. We've got a blurb about the movie, barcode sticking through. We have Timon, Pumbaa, and Simba singing Hakuna Matata, what a wonderful phrase. Blu-ray bonus features down there at the bottom. Legalese, company logos, all that good stuff. Take the slipcover off. And we have the exact same poster art underneath, again with the silver background. Same spine, same back. And then, if we open this up, I'll go ahead and show you what the film frame is. If you can't tell there, it is Rafiki holding up Simba. Now, I'm not sure if every single version of the Lion King Blu-ray came with this exact frame, because that's the frame that's shown on the front of the package. So if you own this Blu-ray and you have a different frame, let me know. But this is a cool little bonus item. I love little just throw-in things like this. It's easier to see in the light, but the light's behind me. I can't really show you that. Just visualize it. And then inside we've got our DVD, just a standard white-gray look. And then the Blu-ray is a darker blue. Not great disc artwork here. Not really a fan of that. So that wraps up your close-up. Let's move right along to the menu tour. Alright folks, here we are for a menu tour of The Lion King. Starting off with our DVD. And I got a blast from the past here. Disney's Fast Play is on this DVD. That's insane. Disney's Fast Play hasn't been a thing in like years. Can still quote the entire thing verbatim though. You can see our menu here. Our options are here on the side. Clips from the movie playing in the background. Our cursor is already on the Fast Play option, which means the movie plays and then the bonus features play right after. It's kind of like a VHS tape in that way. We have play, scene selection, setup, and sneak peeks. Scene selection, let's take a look at that. We have little titles for each of the scenes and numbers telling you where you are. And then we have 23 scenes, 24 with end credits. I always appreciate when they add subtitles telling you what the scene is, because And here we are in setup for languages. We have English 5.1, French 5.1, and Spanish 5.1. And there's Timon there on our language menu, giving us sultry eyes. And then for subtitles, we have English, French, and Spanish. I should also mention there's this little sub-menu here when you first go into the setup. You can return to the film here with Simba looking at you all cute before he witnesses his father's death. That was the moment he became a man. Sneak peeks, I think that's just going to play the trailers. Let's take a look. Yup, just playing the trailers. This is what, Disney digital copy? Oh no, this is Disney Movie Rewards. Ooh, what's this a trailer for? Let's find out together. Pixar movie. Meet Dante. Is this Coco? So it was Coco. I cut the majority of that trailer out for copyright. Oh, look at that. It has somehow changed to the Blu-ray disc. That wasn't a jump cut. Absolutely not. It just magically did that. The power of Disney magic, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very similar menu here, except it's now in HD. It doesn't look like poop. We have play, bonus features, scene selection, setup, and sneak peeks. Take a look at our bonus features. Visualizing a villain, the recording sessions, inside the story room, Nathan and Matthew, the extended Lion King conversation, bloopers and outtakes, the morning report, extended scene. I think that's the song they cut from the movie. I know that there's a version of this movie out there where that song is put back into it and people didn't like that. We have deleted and alternate scenes, song selection, audio commentary, and classic bonus preview. We also have an info tab. It's a lot of bonus features for this Blu-ray. Scene selection, pretty sure they'll be the same. Oh, they keep the titles. That's nice. Oh, they even have a little bar down there telling you where you are in the movie, but same number of scenes as on the DVD. It's different for our audio options. We got a 7.1 mix for English. That's cool. French 5.1, Spanish 5.1, holdovers from the DVD. Subtitles, English, French, and Spanish. All the same stuff. Now let's take a look at what trailers are on here. I wonder if they're the same as the DVD. Let's take a look. Oh look, it's the same Disney Movie Rewards trailer as on the DVD. That's wonderful. The heck is this? Is this that weird Lion King animated series that came out? Yep, it is. The Lion Guard. Yep, Disney Junior animated series. What this is a trailer for. Oh, it's the same one as on the DVD. It's the Dante one. Coco. We get one new trailer on this Blu-ray, and it's for the Lion Guard television series that nobody cared about. I don't know, I'm not a kid, so I didn't watch it. Anyway, that wraps things up for the menu tour. Let's head on back and answer the 5 main questions, as always. Alright, so we're back from the close-up. Now it's time to answer the 5 main questions, as always. Number 1, where can you pick this product up? I have not seen Lion King on store shelves since it hit 4K, actually. I never saw that 2-movie collection anywhere, so your best bet's either at a pawn shop or online. Number 2, is this product still being printed nowadays? No. Number 3, should you pick this product up? Remember how I said last week that a lot of people think The Lion King is better than Aladdin, and I don't know if I agreed with that? Watching it now, I don't agree. I like Aladdin more. But before you roast me alive, I still think that The Lion King is a fantastic movie. I'll explain to you why I prefer Aladdin later on, but let's talk about how good this movie is. The animation is spectacular. I actually think it's a little bit better than Aladdin's animation, because they had 2 full years to improve it. It looks amazing. The way this movie opens with that beautiful sunrise over the African savannah and the Na Savannah. Like, that's been parodied endless times, but it's iconic for a reason. And all the animals walking towards Pride Rock and the Circle of Life blaring in the background, and you see Rafiki hold up Simba and show this prophesized prince to all of his people. I mean, I've done that with my own cat. How could you not? If you don't have a cat, how could you not hold him up to the light and just say, "It's a circle of life"? I'm sorry, Lando. That's silly. But the animation throughout it is amazing. It's fluid. It's so colorful. This movie is full of color. It's a feast for the eyes to watch this, especially during the song sequences. Like, I just can't wait to be king, you can't even see all of those colors at once. You have to watch it over and over again to really take in all of those colors that they use during it. It looks amazing. And I love the voice cast. Oh my gosh, they got so many talented people to voice these characters. They're all so iconic. This would just be a video of me listing this entire cast if I didn't rein myself in. But let me just point out my favorites. James Earl Jones as Mufasa, I mean, come on. Come on, you can't get any better. You can't get any better than that. They knew that for the remake, that's why they got him back. Although I'm just saying, I couldn't help but think Vader as he's talking to Simba about, my son is with them. Are you certain? I have felt him, my master. Strange. I thought we were in Lion King. He is just amazing. I love James Earl Jones' performance here. He's great as the father figure. I love it. Jonathan Taylor Thomas as young Simba. I actually think he gets more lines than Matthew Broderick does as the adult Simba. But he's really good here too. I love JTT. Loved him on Home Improvement, and he's great here. He just has this unmistakable kid voice about him. I just love it. Especially when he's bullying Zazu about how, well then you're fired. You can't do that yet. You're not king. Speaking of Zazu, Rowan Atkinson as Zazu. Great performance. I love that. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Ugh, I never had to do these things when Mufasa was king. What did you just say? We don't mention that name here. And that, my friends, is my terrible impression of Scar, Jeremy Irons, who is the best performance in this movie. I love him even more than Mufasa. He just has this slimy aspect about him. Like everything I love about Jafar is everything I love about Scar's voice as well. He's just so evil. And he's willing to go even further than a lot of villains would. I hope actually brought up this point while we were watching this movie. She said, Scar is actually more evil than a lot of other Disney villains because he's willing to kill his own family. And I was like, dang girl, you're right. He literally killed his own brother to get to the throne. He's that power mad. And of course, I mean, how much can I say that Jeremy Irons is just amazing as Scar? He's got so many good lines. I'm surrounded by idiots. Run, Simba. Run far away and never return. And it's very hugely poetic justice that he gets eaten by his own henchmen because he's willing to throw anybody and everybody under the bus to achieve his goals. Now, it's very simple. It's not like megalomania kind of thing. It's not like an art house villain. It's a Disney villain, but it's a great one. Now that I think about it, Scar has a lot of similarities to Loki from the Marvel films. Especially in voice, they have very similar voices, but Loki's also willing to kill his own family to do whatever he wants. Scar's not a trickster. Loki is, of course, the god of mischief. Scar is more, hey, I'll kill you if you cross me, but they have similar goals. But I'm a villain guy, so Scar's my favorite character in the Lion King. I'm kind of sad he gets eaten because I would have liked to seen him come back. Maybe he didn't get eaten. Maybe there's like a lost sequel out there where he like lost half his body and the other half is like cybernetics or something. How is that possible in the African savannah? I don't know. You figure it out. I'm not the one writing it. The plot of this movie is also really engaging. I love that the story revolves around a relationship with a father and a son, especially in today's society where we're telling our children that, oh, you having a dad, that's not important. You don't need that. You can have either a mom or multiple moms, or you can have just no parents at all. You'll be fine. Like, no, important. That's important for especially a boy to have a strong male role model in his life to show him what being a man is truly about. I relate to Simba on a lot of levels because my dad and me, we had a pretty good relationship when I was a kid. He would teach me various things. He's still teaching me now as an adult, and we do numerous repairs on my poor vehicle. A father always has something new to teach his son, and Mufasa, he does that for Simba, and just like my dad is still doing for me. Now, my dad's not dead. He didn't get trampled in a stampede. I'm very fortunate to still have him around today. But boy, is that an emotional scene during the stampede. Oh my gosh. And that CGI stampede looks really good. Early days 90s CGI usually doesn't look great. Whew, this looks good. And the pounding score, just everything about that scene is perfection. Scar! Brother! Help me! Long live the king. Ah, no! I didn't even do it justice there, but but it's great. I absolutely love it. But that's not the scene that gets me. The scene that always gets me whenever I watch Lion King is when Simba's looking for his dad, and he's like, Dad, come on. Dad, get up. And he's like nudging him. He's trying to get him to wake up. He nudges himself inside Mufasa's arm like he's trying to get his dad to hug him. Oh my gosh. It's still emotional now even talking about it. It's like, oh my gosh, that's terrible. Why would you put him through this, Disney? And then Simba runs away and we meet the comic relief of the movie, Timon and Pumbaa, which they have great voices too. They give us probably the best song. Well, actually, no. Scar has the best song. I'm sorry, I'm biased. But the second best song is Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. It means no worries. Something else I saw while I was watching this movie is Simba runs away and becomes a hippie. If you think about it, he runs off into the jungle and just grows up peace-loving, no responsibility. He's a hippie. Not a bad thing, but that's just what I noticed. I'm surprised they didn't have a scene of him, like, smoking a joint or something. Like, whoo, this is really no worries, man. I'll say this, though, about the love story with Simba and Nala. That's a part of the movie that never really worked for me. It still doesn't work now. Like, I kind of buy it. But these two have been away for, like, 10 years at this point. I'll be generous and say 10 years. And you're telling me that Simba has had no contact with any other female. He's just been living with this pair for a decade. Well, actually, now that I put it that way, if you're going through puberty, yeah, you're gonna fall in love with the first person that you see. Because if you're a dude and you hit puberty, which all of us will eventually, if you haven't already, you will. Don't worry, it's coming. You start to notice things about women, and I'm sure Simba noticed a couple of things about Nala. That's all I'll say. But I don't know if I buy that would have lasted because of how immature Simba's brain would be. Now I get it, it's an animated movie. It's quick, it's only 90 minutes, so they have to get through a lot of plot points very quickly. Just the love story part, I like their song and their montage. Something about it just didn't click with me. Like, I keep saying that I like it because I do. I don't know, it's just something about it that feels off. It feels rushed, is really what I'd say. That's the one part of this movie that feels rushed. And this is a fast movie. It goes by in a blink of an eye. It's very short. So you think a lot of the other parts feel rushed, but no, they feel perfectly paced out in a 90-minute film. It's just the love story part didn't feel as planned out as it should have been. We have another musical here, and all of these songs are really good. They're catchy. They serve the plot. Part of the reason why I don't like that stupid morning report song is because it doesn't serve the plot. It's a big part of why I like Aladdin's music so much, because all of those songs, they serve to push the plot, story, and characters forward. Same thing with Lion King here. The final fight on Pride Rock is really great. I love the fire in the background as Simba's beating the crap out of Scar and telling him to leave like Scar told him. Was I the only one that was thinking Mustafar while the fire was going on in the background? I kept thinking about that final fight from Revenge of the Sith. And I know that movie didn't exist when Lion King was thought of. But man, it's giving me Revenge of the Sith vibes, just without the, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you are lost! Oh, the hyenas. They're pretty great, too. I like the hyenas a lot. They didn't leave much of an impression for me. They're funny, especially Ed. That's really all they are. They're just funny. They don't really have a lot of character to them. They're just there as henchmen for Scar, but they work in their role. One of them is actually the voice of Ramon from Cars. Really, I think the only thing that didn't work for me was the love story part. And even that, like, I don't hate it. It just feels a little rushed, which isn't a bad thing. Like, I'm down for that. It works in the overall narrative, and that scene is over so quickly, it's hard for me to even think about it. And then we move on to a fantastic final fight. So in short summary, I think I can say, confidently, that I'm going to recommend Lion King. I knew that before I even went into this review. I knew that prior to watching the movie, because it's a great movie. I knew I was going to recommend it. But here's why I prefer Aladdin. I think Aladdin's more fun. I like Aladdin more because I have more fun while I watch that movie, primarily because of how much I love that movie's villain and also Genie. I just really like how fun that movie is. And The Lion King's fun too, but it has more emotion. Lion King is more like an art house film, where like it makes you feel things, and Aladdin is more like an MCU movie where it's fun and all that. That's part of the reason why I prefer it more. Lion King, I would say The Lion King's a better movie overall. It has better emotions. It connects you better with its characters. It makes you feel something, especially during that stampede scene. But if I'm sitting down on a Friday night and I want to watch a fun movie and I have to pick either Lion King or Aladdin, I'm going to pick Aladdin. But I can acknowledge that Lion King is a better film. So, yeah, I'm recommending Lion King. Number 4, where should you pick this product up? Same answers as number 1. And number 5, what price should you pay? The Signature Collection Blu-ray I don't really see on secondary market very much. I think a lot of people skipped it, honestly. So that one I'd say about $5.10 for that. Maybe $15 on the higher end. 2011 Blu-ray, a lot of people bought that. I see that thing pop up everywhere at secondhand shops and such, and it's probably because people don't like that Morning Report song. So I'd say for that about 5 to 10. 5 on the very low end for that. It's really not worth that much. Any of the DVDs aren't worth much either, especially that 2-disc version. Everybody bought that. The same thing with the VHS releases. The 2003 VHS might be a little bit more expensive than the 1995 one, but the 95 one, I mean, that thing's like $1. 50 cents maybe? Everybody bought that. Everybody had that. Laserdisc is more rare, I'd say. Not a lot of people bought those, and they're kind of collector's items. People actually still watch Laserdiscs in 2022. I don't know why. 4K is a thing. And also Blu-ray, which aren't analog formats, so they're going to look better than Laserdisc. Speaking of 4K, that one, I'd say 15 for that, honestly. You just have a lot of options when it comes to watching the Lion King. You pick the best one that works for you. And if it's streaming it, go ahead and do that, I guess. Like I said, the version that's on Disney Plus right now is the supposed 94 cut. I think it's just the IMAX version reformatted. But it doesn't have that stupid song. So it's the original version, per se. Alright, so that wraps up the home media review on The Lion King. Holy crap. I just realized I never talked about Rafiki. He's fun, I guess. He kind of gives me Master Yoda vibes when Luke first meets him on Dagobah. Away, put your weapon. I mean you no harm. I am wondering, why are you here? Oh, great warrior. Wars not make one great? That's kind of Rafiki's whole role. He's really just there to set up that scene for when Simba talks to his dad up in the clouds. I liked him. Didn't really have much of an opinion on him, really. He was fine. Okay, now that's the review on The Lion King. It's a great movie. It's an emotional gut punch, but I really enjoy it. Just when you watch it, though, be prepared. What are we going to talk about next week? Drumroll, please. Nothing. Next week is Memorial Day. I'm taking that week off to honor those who have died serving our great nation. So, nothing next week. Not a Monday or a Thursday video. That whole week, I'm off of content. But, the week after that, content returns. And the next episode of Home Media Review Season 4 is our big conglomerate episode. You know how every season I do a episode where I talk about a couple of movies in one review. If you recall, I've done the X-Men trilogy, the Indiana Jones quadrilogy, and now the Star Wars original trilogy. Well, 2 weeks from today, we are going to be talking about a quadrilogy of movies that was originally a trilogy, but then a fourth one came along, and a lot of people thought the fourth one was going to be bad, but it turns out the fourth one was actually pretty good. Not the best one, but it holds up against the others. The first movie in this quadrilogy, though, revolutionized computer-generated imagery, and it made Hollywood think, holy crap, we can tell stories in 3D computer-generated environments, and it put Pixar on the map. I'm sure you all can guess what it is by just mentioning the word Pixar. We're talking about Toy Story. 1, 2, 3, and 4 in 2 weeks. I want to thank you all so much for watching this review. I'm going to miss you all. It's going to be so sad. I'm not going to see you next week. But don't worry, we'll be back. And I need time to watch all these damn movies. I will see you all then. Thank you all so very much for watching. And as always, good night, everybody.